Welcome back to Iraqi Dinar Hub. Imagine opening your eyes this morning and discovering that the Iraqi dinar has finally shifted in the way so many have anticipated for years. The burning question on everyone's mind right now is clear. Has the revaluation finally begun? At 9:30 a.m. today, we're bringing you the latest developments on Iraq's currency situation, what it means for the Iraqi people, and why this moment could be a historic turning point. Stay with us until the end, because this story is much bigger than exchange rates. It's about rebuilding a nation, strengthening its economy, and shaping Iraq's place in the global financial system. For years, millions have followed the Iraqi dinar with high hopes, waiting for the one decision that could transform everything. Some view it as a once-in-a-lifetime investment chance, while others see it as the key to Iraq's recovery from decades of sanctions, war, and instability. Today, the conversations are louder than ever. Banks and government officials in Iraq are weighing the possibility of breaking away from the outdated exchange system that has held the dinar down. Right now, $1 equals roughly 1320 dinars. That rate weakens salaries, drives up import costs, and limits growth. Yet with stronger reserves, improved politics, and growing ties with global financial institutions, many wonder if the moment for change has arrived. To understand this fully, we need to break down three important terms tied to the Iraqi dinar: revaluation, redenomination, and the real effective exchange rate. Revaluation happens when the central bank raises the currency's value by official decision. It's not a market fluctuation, but deliberate government policy. Redenomination refers to removing zeros from the currency for easier handling, like turning a 25,000 dinar note into 25 dinars, while keeping its actual value unchanged. The real effective exchange rate, however, measures what the dinar can truly bind, just against the US dollar, but against the goods and services Iraqis need every day. Together, these three factors show us the bigger picture. So why does this matter so deeply? Iraq is a nation in need of massive rebuilding. Decades of conflict and underfunding left roads, schools, hospitals, electricity systems, and water infrastructure in dire condition. Every time Iraq imports steel, cement, or machinery, they must first exchange weak dinars into dollars, which inflates costs. For example, $100,000 worth of steel equals about 132 million dinars at today's rate. If the dinar strengthens, Iraq would need fewer dinars to buy the same steel. That's why many experts argue that revaluation could instantly lower construction costs and speed up rebuilding. But the impact reaches further than just cheaper imports. Stronger dinar could make Iraq's own industries more competitive. Local businesses currently struggle against imported goods because their costs are too high in dinars. With a stronger currency, Iraqi companies could buy equipment and materials at lower prices while paying workers wages that actually hold purchasing power. That shift could breathe life into the cement, steel, and other construction-related industries, creating more jobs and strengthening the domestic economy. It's not just about rebuilding structures, it's about rebuilding livelihoods. If the benefits are this clear, then why hasn't Iraq already revalued? Because currency revaluation is complex. It requires deep foreign reserves, steady politics, trust in banks, and international backing. Iraq has been laying this groundwork for years. Oil exports have padded reserves. Political compromises are stabilizing the system. And banking reforms have introduced new regulations and technology. Additionally, Iraq has rebuilt ties with the International Monetary Fund and nearby nations. These moves are essential. Without them, a sudden revaluation could backfire and destabilize the dinar, rather than strengthening it. There's also the issue of international recognition. Iraq can't raise the value of its currency in isolation. The world must accept it. That's why Iraq has worked on improving trade, removing restrictions, and securing oil agreements. Each policy update, IMF meeting, or trade negotiation is a puzzle piece toward global acceptance. The goal isn't simply whether Iraq wants a stronger currency, it's whether international markets are prepared to support it. This is why every official statement feels so critical and why speculation spreads so quickly. Let's bring it down to the level of the everyday Iraqi. Take a school teacher earning 500,000 dinars each month. Today, that salary stretches thin because imported goods are costly. After revaluation, the teacher may earn 500 dinars monthly instead, but those dinars would carry far greater purchasing power. Everyday necessities like food, electronics, and fuel could become more affordable, while salaries would finally reflect real value. This is where change impacts ordinary citizens most, helping families live better and giving paychecks new meaning. The construction sector could feel the fastest transformation. The stronger dinar, Iraq could purchase more building supplies with the same budget, allowing faster development of schools, hospitals, and housing. That expansion could lower housing costs and create jobs, which would attract more investment and improve stability. The ripple effect is clear. Stronger infrastructure leads to more business, more employment, and a safer society. Oil revenues may provide the money, but the dinar's strength determines how effectively that money is used. Still, it's important to stay realistic. Currency reform isn't a magic fix. Iraq still battles corruption, regional tensions, and a shortage of skilled labor. These challenges could limit the impact of revaluation if left unresolved. But by removing the barrier of a weak currency, Iraq would at least free itself from one of its heaviest burdens. Think of it as cutting the chains that have slowed progress. Once removed, Iraq's rebuilding momentum could finally accelerate. This is why many economists argue that revaluation is not just possible, it's necessary. Timing also plays a major role. Global material costs have been fluctuating, but Iraq's oil earnings remain strong, creating a window of opportunity. With oil revenues supporting reserves and certain construction inputs priced lower worldwide, Iraq could gain double benefits: more purchasing power and cheaper imports. This unusual alignment makes this a strategic time to act. Leaders may see this as the best chance in decades to push through change and finally unleash Iraq's full economic potential. For investors holding Iraqi dinars abroad, the stakes are also high. A stronger dinar could deliver the returns many have been waiting for. But the larger picture is about Iraq itself. A credible revaluation would transform the country into a more attractive destination for international business, technology, and trade. It could draw global companies into Iraq, boost employment, and provide opportunities for young Iraqis. This isn't just about speculative profits, it's about positioning Iraq as a modern economy with real long-term growth. History also gives us useful lessons. Many countries have restructured their currencies after wars or crises, often stabilizing and rebuilding confidence. Iraq has the resources and the ambition to do the same, but success depends on cautious planning and global cooperation. With careful management, Iraq could join the list of nations that turned financial weakness into strength. The choice is in how they balance bold moves with steady progress. Another vital piece of this puzzle is banking and technology. Iraq has made progress in modernizing its financial system. Digital banking, tighter fraud controls, and stronger regulations are building a more trustworthy foundation. These improvements not only prevent inflation, but also build confidence at home and abroad. A stable, transparent financial system gives Iraqis more reason to save and invest, which is essential for any thriving economy. Trust, after all, is the backbone of strong currencies. So where do things stand now? Is revaluation happening today? The signs suggest progress, but no official declaration has been made. Iraq is moving steadily in that direction, with the government, the central bank, and global partners aligning step by step. Whether the change comes this week, later this year, or further down the road, the direction is undeniable. The real challenge will be managing the transition carefully and proving the new value is sustainable long term. If done right, the benefits are clear: cheaper imports, stronger wages, faster construction, and new opportunities across industries. But risks exist as well. Moving too quickly could trigger inflation or instability. Patience and preparation are critical. Iraq has waited years to rebuild its economy properly, and rushing the process now could undo progress. Balancing speed with stability will define the dinar's future and Iraq's success story. For viewers tuning in today at 9:30 a.m., here's what you need to remember. Change is possible, momentum is building, and the potential is immense. Whether you're in Iraq, holding dinars overseas, or just following global economics, this moment matters. It shows how much power a currency reform can have in transforming a nation. Iraq isn't just adjusting numbers on a screen, it's laying the foundation for its future. If Iraq does make this move, the world will be watching. Some will celebrate, some will question, but all will pay attention. Iraq could transform from being seen as unstable to being recognized as a rising force in the Middle East. The dinar could symbolize resilience, progress, and hope after years of struggle. That perception shift alone could unlock new opportunities. This is why every detail in today's discussions carries so much weight. So, here's the bottom line. Iraq is closer than ever to a major currency breakthrough. Revaluation, redenomination, and real effective exchange rate adjustments may all be on the horizon. If executed well, Iraq could finally reduce costs, strengthen wages, and power forward with rebuilding. The journey isn't over, but the path is clear. Iraq is preparing to surprise the world. Stay with us here on Iraqi Dinar Hub for the updates ahead, because the next chapter could be the most important yet. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe for all the latest news.